Fired Ukrainian prosecutor Viktor Shokin believes the Bidens took bribes. Let's play a clip.
Either Joe Biden is the most clever person in the world and did nothing wrong, or he's the dumbest, did something wrong, and
I know I'll put my
bragged about
vote
it in 2018. Take a listen here.
I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Well, son of a got fired. And they put in place someone who was solid.
Now, as the investigation by David Weiss goes deeper into the Hunter Biden business dealings overseas, is that going to possibly get him in trouble?
Well, it remains to be seen if David Weiss's investigation is going deeper on anything, because he seems to not want to investigate or prosecute anyone
he worked with
named Biden.
Hunter's brother.
We'll see if that changes. I'm skeptical.
Joe Biden's son.
I think it's important to remember that not only did Joe Biden want that prosecutor who Brian has on, and we were talking about this in the break, Brian Kilmeade, big get for him coming up in the next hour, this Shokin interview. It is wild that no one has talked to this man, given his significance on this issue. And we've known about it for years at this point.
They talk to him now, though.
But it wasn't just Joe Biden who successfully used U.S. foreign policy levers to get this man fired and wanted this man fired. The people paying Joe Biden's son Hunter $1 million a year for no apparent reason, they wanted this man fired, and they got their wish, knowing that they were employing the son of the big guy who then swooped in and got the deal done. Whether that is evidence, rock solid evidence or lockdown evidence of bribery, we're not quite there in that final link, but there is this document that the FBI had and buried for a while, where one of their confidential trusted informants says that's exactly what happened. That's the allegation. And some of the other claims from that document have been corroborated by the FBI and others. So this is absolutely legitimate and an active question. And frankly, everyone in the media should be following it and chasing it down. And of course, that's not the case in most cases, I would say.
It's a great point. And we're just now learning these things. And Molly, so Shokin himself says, I don't have the exact hard facts, but I believe in my experience that there was a bribe. And he talks about believing that he knows he was fired because of his investigation into Burisma. Listen, here's a little more of Brian's interview.
Wow.
I have said repeatedly in my previous interviews that Poroshenko fired me at the insistence of the then Vice President Biden because I was investigating Burisma. Because he understood, and so did Vice President Biden, that had I continued to oversee the Burisma investigation, we would have found the facts about the corrupt activities that they were engaging in that included both Hunter Biden and Devin Archer and others.
Molly, what do you make of this?
Well, it's just a stunning development here. Not stunning for many people who lived through the first impeachment of President Trump, maybe, but to just revisit these issues. Burisma paid people close to the Biden family, including Hunter Biden, at least a few $1 million. There are allegations that it was more than that. There is written evidence that Burisma wanted this man fired. There is a videotape that you just showed of Joe Biden bragging about getting this man fired.
Exactly.
And we have all these people in corporate media
That's
saying,
the most damning evidence there is.
Something to this. Like, it's all out there. It's all, I mean, guns are smoking everywhere. Yeah. And yet, you know, we had to live through years of this Russia collusion hoax where people were like, there's no evidence supporting anything we're about to say, but we're going to weave this elaborate theory. And I just want to say one thing. When that first impeachment happened, Joe Biden and his allies came out and said, no. We didn't fire him because he was looking into Burisma, even though he was looking into Burisma. We fired him because he wasn't looking into them enough. And everyone in the media said, that checks out. That's.
Yeah, exactly. And then also the guy that they replaced him with, he quit looking into Burisma. Wait, what?
Sounds good. Let's go into this first impeachment. And I mean, what do you do about it? You've already lived through that. It affected elections. It affected many things about the civic health of our country. And now we have all this explosive stuff and, you know, who knows
and now we have, as we mentioned in the intro, the mugshot seen around the world. And President Biden making the handsome guy crack. I'm not sure that really does anybody any good. We have a short montage I want to play, though, and that is the media gushing about the mugshot. Watch here.
Go.
Or not.
Huh.
I tell you what, let me just.
Yeah, he looked like he'd been beat up. That was.
Oh, no, they have a bad producer today.
It's, I mean, yeah, as you say,
I don't know. Actually, 3 people have lost their lives over the last month. That jail is where the
look at how
disgraced
skitty she is.
ex-president of these United States is heading right now.
his weight is listed
175.
215.
6'3", 215, people pointed out as the exact dimensions of Lamar Jackson, the quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens. I don't know if the control room has a Lamar Jackson.
I mean, the resemblance is uncanny, Chris, and if that's what you're trying to say, I think.
Pod. He's in a pod.
I feel like an hour and 20 minutes ago, I said the whole thing is a sham. I mean, the whole thing.
I think we can all agree on that.
Everything these people say about how
It
they
is
care
a
about
sham.
democracy, the rule of law, equal treatment is fundamentally not true. I mean, we have an election coming up. They
All
could
of
allow
this
the
is a
people
sham.
to decide the election. Instead, they are laughing about throwing President Joe Biden's #1 political opponent behind bars, and they think that this is funny and not necessarily a bad moment historically for the country, whether it's a Republican or a Democrat. But real quickly on the Shokin thing, he's simply bolstering what we know already and was glaringly obvious, which is Joe Biden was Hunter Biden's business partner. I know everyone wants to try and deny that, but there is email traffic, there's FBI traffic, there's money traffic, and then the last thing is that Hunter Biden was making all this money on art, which the State Department says is a perfect way to launder money in their own policies. So we can say it's not obvious, but it is.
We'll see if it's obvious to David Weiss.
Hey, Sean Hannity here.
Wow. Yeah, this is interesting. He just comes out and says it. He's like, yeah, they fired me and they took bribes. They fired me because I was going into Burisma. It's really funny because like this woman was just saying he wasn't investigating Burisma enough, so I had to fire him. Then the person that they replaced him with, he stopped investigating Burisma. It's the dumbest lie ever, and the media just goes along with it, and the left just goes along with it. It's really interesting. This is why the right is growing so fast and the left is shrinking so fast, because anyone who actually looks into this stuff just realizes, okay, this is all BS. Everything the media ever says about anything is BS. How could you actually believe this stuff? I think the majority of people that are still on the left and haven't left yet, they just haven't had their come around moment where they've realized the media is just lying to them about everything. So they just go along with these ploys because they don't go and look into it. And they're like, oh, okay, he fired them because they weren't looking into Burisma enough. Okay, whatever. Yeah, they wanted him to do more. But that makes no sense considering Hunter Biden was on the board. Why would they want to have a prosecutor investigating someone that your son's on the board of? Why isn't your son investigating it? Right? I mean, he's on the board. Like, do your own internal investigation and give your findings to the prosecution. They're not doing that. And then, like I was just saying, like, and then the person they got in there, they didn't even want to. That new guy, you didn't even want to investigate Burisma at all. But most people, like I was saying, like they keep letting the media lie to them. They're like, oh, he probably investigated Burisma a lot and just didn't find anything. No, it couldn't be further from the truth. He didn't look into him at all. And then Joe Biden admitted to it. So it's like the left will always just believe this stuff until they start doing their own research, which, again, that's why the right's growing so fast, because people are starting to slowly realize one lie. I think is Brendan Struck. He said that he really noticed once someone sent him a video and then he actually watched it about Trump and he's like, oh, wait, they lied about this. Okay, it's blatant. And then he started diving into other stuff. He's like, oh, they lie about everything. And that just seems like it's happening more and more every day. So, I mean, this is all just going to backfire in the long run. But it's on the media. The media is trying to protect Biden so bad, and it's just going to backfire. It's slowly backfiring on them. Even like Fox News, it's backfiring on them too. You know, for certain things, like firing Tucker Carlson and stuff. It's like it's just going to slowly drift away from them because they lie so much. But then they kind of have to because they have to protect these people. They don't necessarily have to, but they want to. They're in bed with them. And if the media wasn't protecting them, it just would never work. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe for daily news updates, smash that like button, share this video with your friends, and share your thoughts on the story in the comments below. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.